Hi everyone, I'm Scott Schneider. This is Stereo Niche. Well, last week I talked about boom boxes. This week we're going to talk about personal audio. Stick around. All right, so let's talk about the Walkman, the personal stereo that started with Sony in 1979. And that introduced the personal stereo. It was a huge success. The Walkman gave you the opportunity to have your music all to yourself. You could feel like you were alone in the center of the city with everyone around you. You were sort of encapsulated in your little musical environment. And they took off, in droves. I'm sure they sold tens of millions of them over the years. The Walkman brand, while it started out with cassette, moved on into other categories. After the CD came out, there was the CD Walkman. And then later, Sony introduced the mini disc. So there was the mini disc Walkman. So they probably had hundreds of Walkman, style players that they introduced over the years, even a video model, I think. So because they were so, a bit ubiquitous and so many fans for them, there were also collectors for them as well. So just about anything that that becomes popular, well, eventually you will find collectors. And this is called the Sony WM-D6C, which is the Sony Professional. And from what I understand, this one was introduced in 1984 and ran through 2002, I believe. So it had a pretty long run. It's an exceptional unit it's not your basic Walkman. It has some professional features. And I'll go through those and let you see it up close. But it's quite an exceptional unit just in functionality. Whereas most of the units were just to play and maybe run with them and have them as part of your sports activity. This one was, on a different level. It gave lots of high-end features, and for many, you might think about using this as your only cassette player. It was just that good. So I'm going to give you some up-close shots now and walk you through some of the features, and you can see, first off, what kind of great condition this particular unit's in, but also the incredible amount of features that are put into this tiny little compact device. Here we go, the Walkman Pro up close. So right off the bat, I can just tell you, it feels pro. Everything about this is very solidly made, just like you would expect in this time frame. Metal casing, everything is just precision. It feels, I hate to say it, but like a professional model. Right on the top here, just some of the information that you get and some selections here. Different types of tape. You can put normal, chrome, or metal tapes. It'll accommodate all of those. Has a tape counter. Noise reduction. Dolby, B and C here. Select your noise reduction. Meter. It has a meter. Who in the heck thought a Walkman would have a meter on it? But this shows your peak levels of your recording, and you can flip the button over here and also check your battery. So really cool. Just about everything in this small little unit. On this side, you've got your main slider volume and your main controls for fast forward, rewind, and play. And of course, record. Over on this side, more cool connections. Now this is a strap holder here, and there's one on the opposing side. Headphone jack, microphone jack. Just really cool here. There's a record button, and these are the switches here for your tape selection and noise reduction. Your recording level. So it's almost like a mini recorder, a full-size deck in your hand, essentially. On this side, we've got line in, line out. So you can hook this up to your stereo if you like. speed adjustment. If you need to adjust the speed slightly, you can accommodate that here. I mean, not something I'm aware of on any other unit. Also, if you want to have external power supply, in case you don't want to run just battery, you can do that as well. Look on the bottom. It's even got feet, you know, feet for a Walkman. So you could set this up just like you would a full-size cassette deck here. Looking on the inside, this is the battery compartment here. Flip that switch up and the whole battery comes out, the battery case, and it will hold 4 AA batteries. And then here's your cassette mechanism. Very cool.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up, babe. Tonight we're gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We're gonna light it up now. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now.
All right, well, that's the Sony Walkman. I don't know a lot about the category, as you can tell. It's my first time, you know, trying to showcase a Walkman. And this one happens to be an exceptional unit as well, so I'm thankful that I happen to have this one. But it's an interesting category. I read that the Sony Walkman originally was manufactured or created by its co-owner of Sony because he wanted something to listen to music on his long flights, his international flights. So he had it created for that purpose, and what a success story. The Sony Walkman cassette has sold, since over its lifetime, sold over 200 million units. And they sold over 400 million units of the Walkman, you know, in total with all of the other models out there. So that's an incredible amount of units over those years, a great success. Well, it's a category that's collectible. I know there are a lot of people that seek them out. Would love to know your stories if you guys have any of these, which models you like, why do you like them, you know, what's collectible about them. I can tell you that, heck, I can get a lot more of these on a shelf than I can full-size speakers and turntables. So there's certainly a benefit to collecting something that's small. But I might collect a few of these. I don't know if I will or not, but it's an interesting category nonetheless. Thank you guys for tuning in. Certainly appreciate that. You don't want to miss the next video. Hit subscribe and, you know, give us a thumbs up. We'll see you next time.